Hey, we are making chicken enchiladas today. So I use egg life wrap and some chicken and some enchilada sauce. So hang on and stay tuned if you want to see how to make it. Okay, bye. Hello, welcome to my channel. I've lost 180 pounds with keto, carnivore, and counting calories. Thank you for watching. For our enchiladas, we've got some chopped onions. What I'm going to do is just write down how much I use of everything. I'm going to saute these up. And then when it's over, I'll give you the macros for this. Because I'll just weigh everything and plug it all in and we can know. So this is about, it's 100 grams of frozen onions. I'm going to saute that up. Along with that, I have some frozen peppers. These are some that I sliced up into fajita style, but I'm going to go ahead and saute them up. So I have 150 grams of peppers. Now I'm just going to saute all this until it's where I like it. So it's going to be a little while because they're both frozen. So I'll get back to you when they're sauteed up. I'm going to sprinkle just a little bit of salt in there. And then I'm going to keep going until they get defrosted and until a lot of that water gets absorbed and evaporates. So I got some black olives here. I'm going to zero it out and see how much of them. I do not know how much it was. I just had a little container. So 34 grams. Now this is probably not at all traditional enchiladas. This is Terry's enchiladas. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add the chicken. I've got, let's see how much chicken here. I have 2 of these packages of chicken. Let's see how much they weigh. 400 grams of this is the chicken that I made. That was from the rotisserie chicken. So now what I'm going to do is kind of just saute all this together. And then I'm going to put a little bit of, I happen to have some taco meat seasoning because I have an event next week. And so I'm going to put a little bit of that in here. But just a second. I want to kind of, I'll chop up the meat a little bit too. As it cooks longer, it'll get softer. I definitely want salt. You know, chicken is something that you definitely need the salt. So, chicken is very, very bland. So I've just got some old El Paso taco meat. And I'm just going to use it. Leave it at that. And I've got half of it out on the stove. So now I'm going to cover this here in a second. And then just kind of let it all saute a little bit. And then we'll let it cool down after we get it where we want it. But I want it to be a lot more smaller, bite-sized pieces to go into the, we have egg life wraps. So I'm going to, tell you what I'm going to do. Hang on just a second here. I'm going to add about a 1/4 cup of water. And then I'm going to cover it and just let it all kind of simmer together for a little while. And I will get back to you. Okay, I think this will be good. I have it. I did add a little more of that taco seasoning and a little extra more salt. So now I'm happy with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it off the oven. I've got off the skillet. Hang on. I'm going to take the skillet off the eye. And in the meantime, I'm going to set it aside and let it kind of cool down a little bit. And then we will build our enchiladas. So I'm going to take this and just set it over here and let it cool, and then I'll get back with you for that. So we're gonna wrap them, and what I'm using is Egg Life Original and Egg Life Garden Salsa. Where's my gloves? So we are gonna do these. We're gonna put them inside here. We'll do some of some and some of the other. One thing about Egg Life, and a lot of the tortillas, they stick together, so you kind of have to go through and separate them all out. And you have to do it very carefully. So like I said, I'm writing down all the ingredients. And while it's in the oven baking, I will go on and figure out how many servings it needs to make. And so that based on how many calories, like I said, whenever I make my main course, which like this would be, I tend to make it about 600 calories. Oh my goodness, look at that little baby one. I tend to make them be around 600 calories. So once I have a rough idea of how many servings I need, then I'll do it that way. Okay. Let's just start with the original. Actually, I might do one original, one not original. So let me see, how am I gonna, what is that? So let's do it this way. Come here, fella. I'm just going to get some of the mixture and put it in. And I'm just going to roll it up. There's an original. And I'll do a salsa egg wrap. Ooh, that's a little hot. But I'll just roll them up. So what I did was I kind of watched. I watched Keto with Sammy. She actually made cheese wraps for hers. Like she used her own shredded cheese and made cheese wraps, and that's a wonderful, fun idea. But there are a whole lot more calories to do it that way, and so since I'm counting calories, that just doesn't really fit what I was looking for. So, so you could though, if you have a cookie sheet or whatever, just make a bunch of circles out of cheese, and then whenever they're cooled off, you roll your stuff up in them, just like I'm doing here, and then she baked them, you know, like I'm about to do, and then for hers, she had to wait till it all cooled down a lot because the cheese kind of spread out, and but it looked really, really, really delicious. So, you know, you could use the cheese wraps or make your own cheese wraps, whatever sounds best for you. But like I said, for me, I am doing Egg Life wraps because I can't remember, they're lower calories. So I'll have to count how many Egg Life wraps I'm using, and I'll plug that into you know, the app that I always used as I was tracking for losing weight was Chronometer. And so that's what I'll use again today. And so I will plug it in. And hang on, get one more of these little droppers. And then we'll know, we'll include everything, and then we will this going. All right, this last piddly little one, that's all right. It'll still be nummy. So we'll get that all in there. So that's how that looks. Can't leave nothing behind. I counted it as credit. So then, let me set that over here. And let's count. We have one. Let me see if there's a difference in the two wraps. In either of the Egg Life wraps. So, you know I tore it at the right spot. Calories 30, calories 25. So 25 for original, 30 for these. Both have 0 fat, 0 carbs. Wait a minute. Nope. This one has 1 carb. These have 1 carb in one wrap. So anyway, I'll scan them. So let me write this down. 1, 2, 3, 4 salsa wrap. 4 salsa wrap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 original wrap. Now, so I'll put these little thingies, put them back in here and put it in a Ziploc bag or something. But we'll deal with that later. So then I have some red enchilada sauce. So the way we're going to figure out how much we're doing, where's my scale? Right here. Right here in front of my face. We'll take the lid off.
I didn't get that.
Oh, shut up, Siri. We're going to weigh it out.
Sorry, I didn't understand.
I'm not talking to you. But I want to know, okay, it's just water. I wanted to make sure if it wasn't chunky or something. All right. So we'll zero it out and we'll see how much we pour on it. Put a little bit all over it. Okay, now hang on, I gotta get $240 grams. So, ENCH sauce, 240 grams. Now I'm going to clean that up. Hang on. So I got the Great Value mozzarella cheese. This is fat-free. It's 45 calories and 2 carbs. So I've got this on the scale and I'm zeroing it out. So half a package. This thing's 198 grams. So I'm going to try to, maybe I can use about half of that. So 75. I'm going to make it even 90 if I can. Okay, so 90 grams of mozzarella. This is how I figure out like what the macros are going to be when I'm just making something. First, I figure out what all I want in it and how much I'm putting into it. And then I plug it all in as a recipe to get how much of a serving, how much a serving should look like. And again, I'm not afraid of fat, but since I'm trying to, I keep my eye on my calories, I want to make sure that I chose the cheese of the lowest calories. There we go. So 90 grams of mild cheddar. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this in the oven for about 15 minutes or until the cheese is bubbly and looking good. And there we have it. Doesn't that look pretty? Yum. Let me tell you the macros and then we'll serve it up and taste it. So 2 servings. I'm going to step out of the way so you can look at it as I talk to you. Look at that. Don't that look pretty? Now fat-free cheese doesn't melt as good as regular cheese, but that's all right. 2 servings is 669 calories, 111 protein, 25 total carbs, and 11 fat. So that's what this makes. Now, if you want to do less calories, less carbs, add whatever you want to do. I've got a lot of onions and peppers and, so that makes a difference with it as well. So I'm going to get this plated up and I will show you. We'll take a taste of it. Okay, here it is. I've got them out in servings and this is just one. I just pulled one out and I put some sauce on it. And let's see what we think. I mean, you can't go wrong with chicken, onion, cheese, enchiladas. Well, I've never had enchilada sauce. I licked the spoon earlier. To me, it tastes kind of like not hot sauce, but taco sauce, like Mom used to set out on the table when we have tacos. Got to work hard to cut it. Yep. I think I'd really like salsa and sour cream on it too. So maybe instead of a side, I could put salsa and sour cream. Yep. I like it. And I'm gonna eat on this, so bye.